like this white shirt. This shirt is it's a Tom Ford shirt for $600 and something. And the point is, it's like, I'm going to wear this with scarves. I'm going to wear this. I wear this shirt all this as a part of my uniform. Yeah. And I'm going to get all of my, for me personally, I'm going to get all of these dollars out of it,
I like uniform. Yeah. If someone is looking to build a uniform, where do we start?
Oh, find yourself the perfect pair of, like the perfect pant and perfect top, and then go from there as it relates to building around those two items. For me, it's like, I love a great fitting black wool blend pant. And I love a white tailored shirt. And, for me, it's always like a black tank underneath that, and all the different ways in which I can make it, when I'm feeling frisky, I'll do a white tank. But for me, at all times, it reads expensive because of the different pieces I add to it. And the shoes and things like that.
That's really good. So you spend money on quality, and then you just kind of switch out the accessories. And you're going to keep on wearing it. So you get your cost per wear every single time.
Because these things I get to pass down. Yeah. These things I can give to, in my case, like my brother or my sister or whatnot, and it becomes something that's valuable. If I'm building something, I don't want it to perish after I perish. I want it to
live on.
And it needs to live on, and it needs to bring in, it needs to have value.
Talk to me a little bit also, because I like this thread around like heirlooming and thinking about legacy when you're purchasing clothing. Because I think it's an unfortunate thing because of our systemic oppression and systematic oppression. We haven't had the luxury, by we I mean Black folks, haven't had the luxury of thinking about legacy in the ways that some of our counterparts do. And I think in this generation, and maybe like one or two before us, we have the concept of heirlooms now, because obviously we've been robbed of said concept.
Absolutely.
When you think about purchasing jewelry or purchasing things for the concept of heirloom, where should we think about? What should we start? And what is your general perspective on that?
Many of us don't have we're absent of a firm understanding of how much life can be. You can get from something that is $1,000 versus the item that a similar item that you purchased at $50. And I think that in today's time, it's even more challenging to figure out, okay, especially with luxury doors now or brands now taking cheaper approaches to put pieces together, but all the more reason why that information is so incredibly valuable, because when you know better, you do better, and you get to, you're rewarded for, I guess, the knowledge from that lens. But I think that it's just about looking at our garments and our jewelry and our art in the same way we view these other things that are very important and significant and meant like all the things growing up. And I think it's about making space for us to consider clothing in that same way. It's also too about giving yourself permission to enjoy wearing something that's nice. And there's this reel about whether something is expensive or costly. And I think that for many of us, you're worthy of having something that's costly. I've met some clients in a space where it's like the $4 million home they understood, the car they understood. I can't understand a handbag. Well, if you don't understand the value of a handbag right now in today's world, when it's out, it's outpacing a lot of things. Like if you can't wrap your head around that, like, here's an invitation to.
Brilliant. So talking about budget, because we're talking about big ticket items, and obviously everyone isn't in the space to maybe afford some of these things. So let's say
everyone is in a space to be patient. And so if you take this Instagram approach to outfitting your life, then it'll never make sense for you to invest in that $700 knit, because every Friday you think you need something to snap a pic in and toss. And so if you can't make
I need everyone to pause and rewind that. That's good. Yeah.
I mean, it's for me, clothing is a lot. It's like, when you're in school, like you spend these years learning, and you don't get to do all the things that you want to do while but you're being patient and you're learning and you're setting aside, preparing.
Yes.
When it comes to old money, they are very clear on, like, these are the organizations I support. These are the months every year for the last 7 years. This is what we've been doing. This is what my family has done. This is what I do. I need, this has to be, I already know. So I think that it's important for people who look like myself to take that same, like, when you know that this philanthropic cause or initiative or, what's the word?
Event
you're wanting to support. Yeah. If you want to support it this year, do you want to support it next year too? And if so, the way you go about outfitting yourself for it this year, you might take a different approach, knowing that you plan on doing this again next year.
Okay, and being thoughtful and intentional planning for
Absolutely.
That. I love it. But let's say you have a $300 budget, a $3,000 budget, and a $30,000 budget, and I want to revamp my wardrobe. Where are the places? I know 300. You're like,
I said I was going to do a better job about this because I want to help everyone, and I can't. But no, I don't mean that. Because I'm not someone that I don't even know what to do with $300.
You know what you would probably say? You would say tailoring.
Oh, absolutely. Taylor, invest that into. Oh,
invest that. I got you.
Thank you for that, sis. Because and I don't even mean that to say it sounds so terrible, but because I get people who I've wanted to put myself out there has been like, oh, just let me know, and I can't. I'm not going to tell you to go to Ann Taylor or I don't even know what to do there. And when I see it, it looks a certain kind of way to me, and I don't know where.
Yep.
The graduation for me from that space would be like a Banana Republic, but that might be still too, you know what I mean? And even in that case, I haven't been in a Banana Republic for the last 20 years at least. No.
So budget talk.
I just don't.
Let's go ahead and skip that whole section.
So I plan on doing some research or whatnot.
Get in the fields and really step in a Banana Republic.
Well, because so that's something I can improve upon. Because for me, it's I would say a TWP, Totem, but even then, Blue Salt, those spaces are still...
It's so pricey.
But also, too, then I challenge you because sometimes, when people say, oh, that's my budget, it's okay, but you're rocking... It makes me just wonder, are you proud of yourself when you show up in these spaces that you believe that you... I guess it's not enough to get in the door. I really want to be able to hold court. And I think that there are a lot of people who are just going to Martha's Vineyard this year and they look crazy. And it just makes me... Doesn't make sense. So I don't mean...
You got to be intentional when you step in.
You just have to, and it's not enough to be able to, okay, I have the money for the ticket and I have enough money for the hotel. No, sis, bro, we got to make sure, can we do the things necessary once we get there? How are you eating when you get there? Who are you entertaining when you get there? And how are they showing? I mean, I think it's just manners.
Yeah.
And then it's maybe, hold that money.
Yeah.
And then save for the attire and the food budget, whatever that looks like for next year. It's not enough just to be there. Everyone is like, oh, I gotta go.
How do you show up when you
How do you show up when you get there?
Yeah. And a critique that I think is actually a fair critique, and I think I need to caveat my videos a bit better, is don't just go just to go. And it's not even it's about what you're wearing. It's about how you show up. To your point, it's not enough just to have the ticket to go to Martha's Vineyard or Cannes or Art Basel or wherever, but you have to look in terms of clothing capital, how you network, how you introduce yourself, how you show up. Can you hold court? Can you have conversations? Do you know people in the rooms? And if you don't feel comfortable and confident, being able to navigate that space from a physical, from a relational, from a networking standpoint, I agree with you. Hold off. You don't need to hit every event. I also know I didn't start going to those things till I was in my late 20s, early 30s. And had I went when I was 24, before I knew how to dress, before I knew how to... It could have been so detrimental and actually oppositional to what I was trying to wait until you can do it before you go just to say you went and post a picture there. I agree with you. I agree with you.
Legacy-minded people are looking to sustain and are looking to build relationships. And if you scared off someone because the way you showed up wasn't in alignment.
Yep.
I'm very proud of myself. I chose a salad today. Hold on. Hello. Hey.
Alright, I'm looking for the branded tablecloth. I see career services tablecloth and backdrop, so I'm assuming it's not in there because it would be career services branded.
Did Garfield already go to the storage unit? That means it must.
No, I'm gonna meet him at 3. But I'm getting stuff on the page before I go there. And I'm also not seeing the sign holders.
Sign holder should be in the drawer.
Oh, okay. I do see there. Yes. Okay.
You see the legs for them?
Yeah.
Okay, so those, and then honestly the tablecloth might still be in the storage unit. I would check the backdrop legs. It might still be in there. It's the last day with my curly hair. I need a trim and I need some braids. I am actually really going to miss this curly hair and I can't wait to reinstall it. But y'all, like I told you the other day, my back braid is showing, which is why I have on a headband. Yeah, but off to work for an event. I'm gonna be late because I thought I was supposed to be there an hour later. Stuff is missing as far as like, I don't know where it is per se. But one of the items broke a while ago, needed to reorder it. And I'm just like, we're not gonna have it today. Guess who not bought it? I went into Barnes & Noble at Cumberland. And by the way, somebody posted on TikTok, I think, that they were closing due to their lease ending. I was expecting to be able to find something, like a book for myself, a book for my husband, a book for my child, whatever the case might be, a book for a friend, what's so heavy. It looked like a tornado had ran through that store. And I am not the person that just goes in and is like, oh, I can buy because it's 40% off. No, I went in there like looking for a Lego set, looking for a book by Kennedy Ryan, getting a book for my husband off of his endless list. Like I could not do it. I could not do it. And it just looked like a bad episode of Hoarders in some people's hands. And I'm just like, y'all, I get it. Like, you know, unfortunately the store is closing, but, you know, we could get a little razzle dazzle, you know, a book that we've been wanting for 40% off or what the case might have you. But there is no reason why y'all act like y'all have no sense. There is no reason why stuff is just everywhere. Like, everywhere. And the associates are doing the best that they can to make sure that there is some sense of normalcy and order in the store. But people's behavior pissed me off for them. Because, like, why are you acting like this? There are other Barnes & Noble's locations. You can get books, you know, however you've been getting them. Yeah, no. I am so sad to see the store go, but I will not be going back in there. And now I just have to find another location to buy the books. Okay, so today is Operation Clean My Office and Do My Calendar. Because it just looks crazy in here. So just trying to prep for the end of the year. And make sure everything has a rightful place. So there's that. And then also just recalibrating while there are no kids in the building or not a lot of staff members. So it's just like a lot of, you know, replenish stuff, redo stuff, make stuff okay again. So today is going to be very interesting. Because I have to do all this, I've been avoiding this for like a week and a half. Actually, no, I take that back. I've been avoiding it for a month. I was subconsciously avoiding it for a month. I was actively avoiding it for a week and a half. So today is the day to get it together. That's what we're finna do. So, today was a really hard day. I got the news that I did not get a role that I was seeking, and this one hits a little differently because I had never really aspired for a role, right?
I'm a very ambitious person. I do set some very lofty goals for myself. But in the in-between, I've never really said like, oh, I want this role. I do know that I have a lot of interest, and I also pivot very well. I am a woman of many talents, of many interests, and so for me, this role, after everything I've been through the past 2 years, was really a like, I can do that. I can do that role. I don't know if I really have questions. I know the person well who talked to me. But it stings because, again, it was something that I could envision myself doing. It really stings because I know that I'm capable. I know that I'm capable. And I think in this moment, I really just wanted if you take a chance, I won't disappoint. But the people that I serve in my everyday work will still get my support. God is still faithful. My husband had to remind me of that because I was definitely in my feelings. But something is going to work out for me. It's going to be bigger than I could have ever imagined. I'm just also very type A, so it was very hard for me to be like, oh, I didn't get it. Because then I start spiraling. So thank God for therapy, because me and my therapist are going to talk about this. Yeah, so if you're watching this and you're a Black girl who's really ambitious, has really lofty goals, but you are just like, wait, I could do that, or that's meant for me, or I was really excited about something and I didn't get it, and you're just kind of like, so what now? And I'm here to tell you that God is still faithful. That is what I'm holding on to. That is what I want you to hold on to. God is still faithful. And what's for you will come to you so easily that you'll just be like, I needed that season to be prepared for this. And so that's how I'm now taking it, now that I've calmed down some. But shout out to my husband and my best friend and my older sister, because, baby, tears were shed. So it is wedding weekend for my line sister, who's one of my really good friends. So I need to get some sleep. Being at training. So I'll catch y'all on the next one.
Okay, we're going to my line sister's wedding, and I'm super, super excited. Y'all, this face turned out so great. I kept it super, super, super light. Red lip one. My dress is from Azazi. Ooh, it is. So we were tasked with wearing formal wear. My braids were by Candace. My other line sister, who's also my best friend, she has a wedding, and my next dress for that one is a backless dress, but it has a high neckline. And y'all, I'm tempted to get knotless braids again because this hairstyle is super, super cute. Super, super cute. I will link the dress and also show a picture of it. My necklace, it was gifted wedding ring by my man, Tiffany bracelet, and the shoes
Although these are super, super, super old. Don't know where I got them from. I think I got these because I didn't see the Steve Madden ones that had a little like cushion in them. But baby, I'm on the mission to find those. But for my flat shoe, I am wearing my Tory Burch black sandals. But yeah, the Roberts romance, or a Roberts romance, was formal wear. They asked you to wear black and silver. Worked perfectly for me because baby, I was gonna put on a good black dress. And this dress from Azazi is actually like really, really versatile. I've worn it with a sweater. And then this one today I'm wearing like no sweater. I really wish I had a scarf, like a shawl type thing going on. And yeah, so I'm excited and can't wait to show y'all more because, you know, I will wait till after the wedding to drop what happened and, you know, just the experience. But love Candace and I love Drew Down. UGA was probably one of the best places on earth for me because I got my people and I got my UGA fam. So happy to be celebrating Black love on Juneteenth and just seeing something that started, you know, when we were all students at UGA to now we're adults and we're adulting. So okay, so I'm currently at the Container Store because I had to get bins for the storage closet at work. We use the Elfa freestanding, and so now we're trying to figure out how to put all the boxes in the car. But I feel like we can do it. I've done worse. So we were able to get all the boxes in my car, and some of these boxes were already at the office, but essentially we are cleaning house and seeing what we have and seeing what's broken, what's missing. And I think what people forget about organization is that it's ugly before it gets better. And this is the aftermath of me making it super ugly. By the way, these totes are also from the Container Store and they're the weather tight totes. Last semester of grad school for now. I am being a tad delusional. I am applying to law school. I had to take an Enneagram test the other day, and I'm a Enneagram 5, I think with a wing 7, but essentially, like, I cannot go through life without being factually correct about things. And I think that is why I keep going back to school and getting more and more and more. Certifications don't do it for me like that. Like, the only certification that has really, really, really piqued my interest is the PMP one. So I'm also getting that this year, but I made up my mind that I was going to law school. When I was younger, I said I wanted to go to law school. So there's that. But what I did get was the big class planner. It's really called the Big Ass Calendar, but because I work in a setting where profanity is not acceptable, I got the classroom version, and so I was able to plan all of June, head into July, and I can really plan up until really the whole year, but I am planning up until my best friend's wedding, which is in October. And it is really great. I'm going to show you all like kind of like the page. So I do have some stuff there. I've already pre-decided when things are going to happen for me. So there's that. And I find that now that I have all the syllabus, or is it syllabi? I think syllabi is plural. But now that I have all of the course documents for my last semester of my MBA, I'm going to go ahead and input as well as get started on my classes. Because I just really want to be ahead and I don't want to drop the 8 ball. I know for a fact that in the last semester of any program, whether you're undergraduate, graduate, you start to lose the gas in the tank. And so I am just trying to be proactive. It helps that fall is a little bit easier than spring with breaks and sunshine and, better weather. So I'm just going to use the next week to really get ahead in all my classes so that I can stagger and really solidify my schedule before school starts back up in the city, at least school in the city. So I plan on using my big class planner to help me. I do have the wall version as well at work. That one has been very helpful because I've been able to plan my PTO days that way. So I'm very grateful that I was able to get that. So now I'm about to just input everything from my courses into my calendar, and then after I handwrite it, I will put it on my phone, which is why I have my computer open. Well, I have my computer open to log into my courses, but today is just really the prep, and then tomorrow we will start doing assignments. I already did one assignment for one class because it was just an intro, but proactive instead of reactive and not rushing. I am taking 3 courses again in this block, so I am just trying to be very, very cognizant of the workload.